Hey everyone, I'm going to tell you why you need to clean your AC compressor and then show you how to clean it. I'll show you 3 different levels of cleaning, each one a little bit more difficult, but none of them too hard. The first could take maybe 10 minutes and a garden hose, the second maybe 30 minutes and some basic tools, and then the last could take 45 minutes and a few bucks for some cleaner. I'll have all the links below. I suggest doing it right the first time and doing the thorough cleaning. Watch the whole video and you'll see that it's worth it. At a very high simplistic level, the compressor here takes all the heat from inside the house and transfers it to the outside. It uses this big fan and this condenser radiator that's behind this panel to transfer the heat. It blows all the air up with that fan, which means it sucks it in through the sides here in order to cool those radiators. So guess what happens when these fins get really dirty? The air doesn't flow as well and the heat doesn't transfer. Not only will this make your AC run longer inside the house, but if it's bad enough, it will cause the condenser to overheat and fail. This cleaning should be done at least once a year, and I'll admit it's been a few years for me. So the first easy thing to check is that you've got enough clearance all the way around for correct airflow. They say a couple feet. This is kind of pushing it here with these leaves, but they're not very big yet. I'm probably going to trim this up though. It's not that bad, but yeah. Dirty or blocked condensers are one of the most frequent service problems. So let's get to cleaning. First thing you got to do, take the fuse out of this little fuse box thing here. You don't want this thing to start up on you, even if you're just spraying it down. Just set the fuse up there, no big deal. This thing pulls out, pushes back in, no problem. The first super easy cleaning method literally involves getting your garden hose out, getting a good sprayer head on there, and spraying down the outside fins on the condenser. Now, if you've got a unit like a Lennox like mine, you can't really use this method because you've got these panels on the outside that just cover up the fins too much. Spraying inside there is just really not going to do the job. But if you've got a unit here like my neighbor, this Carrier, the fins are easily accessible. You don't need to do anything to access this with a hose. You can spray water, spray it in this method, start from the top down. You don't want to drive the dirt into the fins even further. So again, pull that fuse, make sure this compressor doesn't start up because that'll just make it more difficult to clean, and spray water from the top shooting downward to get all the dirt and everything to come down. But this method here is just okay. It's a super quick method. It's going to take you 5 to 10 minutes to spray this thing down. It might take you longer to get the garden hose over to here to spray it, but it's really not going to do that great of a clean. You might be able to do this, literally once a month when you're walking by your AC compressor. It wouldn't be that bad of an idea to spray this thing down. But let's keep going. You're really going to want to do methods 2 and probably even 3 here. Next step, take the fan off. No big deal, just a few screws. When you're pulling it out though, be careful. It does have a cord attached to it. You may be able to unplug it. You may not be able to unplug it. I decided not to. Just be careful where you set it. You don't want it to fall. You don't want any of these cables to get pulled or stretched or anything like that. When you look inside, you're going to see big mess down in the bottom of your compressor. You can reach your hand in there, try to pull all the leaves and branches, everything like that out of there. I just used the shop. But clean all of that out. All right, next step. Let's take these side panels off, especially for a Lennox like this. You have to take them off. Now look at the amount of dirt that I have in here. This is not good. All right. I don't know what kind of efficiency loss I was having here, but look at this. Look at this level of dirt. When I start taking it off, you'll see what it should look like. Look at that. That's pretty bad. This is a few years worth of dirt. So what I decided to use was the fin scraper, comb, whatever you want to call this thing that came on the cleaner bottle. It's pretty nice. It's pretty slick to have. Not only can you kind of scrape dirt and debris off of the fins, but you can straighten them out too. If for some reason your fins are dented up, you can use this to help straighten them. Obviously, if your fins are dented up, airflow is not going to be as good. Your AC is not going to be as efficient. I might have been able to just get away with starting to spray the hose from this point, but I really just I don't know. I just wanted to take all this dirt off first. Next step, get that hose. The best way to clean this, spraying from the inside of the unit out. All of the dirt is already on the outside of the fins, so it only makes sense that you should spray them from the inside out. Just keep it out. As long as you got everything apart here, take your time with it, spray it really well, get all the dirt, get all the debris out. If you need to use that little cap comb thing on the top of the can, go ahead and use that. Just get all the debris out at this point. Hopefully you can access all 4 panels on your compressor. I couldn't. As you can see, mine's pretty close to the house, so I just had to spray from the inside out on that back panel and hope that I got everything out of there. I mean, I most likely did, but it would have been better if I could have taken that rear panel off. After all of that, spray the inside of the compressor, that bottom panel, clean all that out, make sure all the drainage holes are free and unclogged. All right, third level of cleaning. I recommend this. Again, if you've gone through this much trouble of taking everything apart, get this cleaner. It's this nice foaming cleaner. Again, links are below. I picked this up from Amazon, but you can find it in the stores. You spray it on your coils, you wait some time, it does a little self-cleaning thing, and then you spray it off. Your coils are a lot cleaner. The more dirt you can get off of these fins, the less dirt will stick to your fins later, if that makes any sense. When things are dirty, more dirt tends to stick to them. So it's just a good idea to pick up some of this cleaner. You're already saving a ton of money by not having a professional come out and do this easy job for you. So hey, spend a few bucks on some cleaner. You should see a noticeable difference after using this cleaner. Not only, I mean, of course it's going to look better from the start, but even from after just doing the spraying, this cleaner really cleans those fins off pretty well. Final step, if you've got these outside panels like I do, make sure you spray them off also. You might as well clean them as much as possible. They could also be clogged and dirty. And that's it. Reassemble everything, put everything back, make sure you've got all the screws back on there and tightened. The fan is secure. You can go ahead then, plug that fuse back in, and boom, you're ready to go. If you like this video at all, please like and subscribe. I do a bunch of DIY stuff. A lot of Tesla things too, if you're into that. Thanks.
It's chocolate!